chapter we will discuss about organizational designs, right? Now, coming to the organizational structure, uh, it is while designing the organizational structure, the managers should keep in mind the six elements, the major six elements. Those are specialization of work, departmentalization, and chain of command, span of control, centralization, and decentralization and formalization. So the managers should keep, while designing the organizational structure, all these six elements, right? Now, coming to the definition of organizational design, Poons and Dunnell, they have defined the organizational structure as the establishment of authority relationships with the provision for coordination between them, both vertically and horizontally within the enterprise structure. So every organizational structure differs in their formal structure. Formal organizational structure represents the functions of the organization. And an organizational design is the involvement of roles, process, and structure that align with the organizational goals. And organizational design is a holistic approach. It is not a chart which tells about the rules and the chain of command or authority levels. When we see a chart, how the organization is having the levels of authority and how the work is designed. So in the structure, it is totally in the organizational design, it is totally, it includes everything like strategies, policies, rules, and it is, we can say, holistic approach which is formed by first looking into the goals of organization, then moving on from top level to bottom, looking into the other aspects such as employees and process, control, coordination, strategy, and all such things have to be kept in mind while discussing about the organizational design. So manager has to design by keeping all these things in the mind. Now coming to the fundamental process concepts and the principles are very important aspect of organizational design, and it is generally continuously, constantly, it has to be redesigned. Any design once made has to be continuously redesigned according to the changes that are occurring in the environment, or maybe in the work environment, or maybe outside the environment also. We have for that the one of the greatest industry nowadays we are having, IBM. It redesigned many times its organizational design. So IBM has redesigned the country specific to global towards matrix design. We have two, three designs like Max Weber's matrix design we have, and bureaucracy design we have. So such different designs we have. So IBM have opted the matrix design, which needs to deal with the overall global market they are having. So that is why they have redesigned many times, right? Now coming to the when the design faces any barriers, like if any problems are already, once it has been designed and suppose it is going on very well, suddenly if there is a change in the environment or maybe outside anywhere, so they need to they will face some problems like barriers they will be facing, and then they will redesign it. So which may, like, if they don't redesign, then what happens, the growth may be or the performance will be low. So for that reason, redesigning is very important. Now let us discuss the elements of organizational structure. So here we have the first element, work specialization, which can be termed as division of labor. Like if we have the human resource, for suppose all the human resource will be divided according to their capacities or their talents, what they have. Like for example, if we take a film direction, So there, all the departments will be like people who are very good at art, they will be sent into the art department, and those who are very good at musical sense, they will be sent into the department of music, where the music directors and writers, they'll be working in that area, they'll be sent. So the workers, the human resource has to be divided based on the talents what they are. So this is called work specialization. We can term it as division of labor. It is a degree to which the worker activities are subdivided into separate jobs, we can say. They will have their own jobs. Now coming to the second element, that is departmentalization. As we have said that already, the human resources, they are divided according to their talents and their specializations. So certain group of people will be grouped together, and they are made as like similar works will be grouped into, they are made into one group, and they are named as one particular department. Let us say we have airlines, Indian Airlines, are many airlines we have. They have different departments like ticket sales and packages of tours and visa services and the store managing and fuel management people and crew who are working in the inside the flight, and many things, many departments they'll be dividing based on the work division what they have divided already, the human resources into different work sections. Based on that work, if the work is similar, they are made under, who are related, actually who are related, they'll be divided as one particular department. So this is called departmentalization. And we can see many electronic companies like Samsung, Onida, and there are many things that we see. So for example, if we take Samsung has its own products like TVs they are producing, their production, we find refrigerators, washing machines, phones, such different products they have. Based on that, the departments of phone section, even though the company name is same, like Samsung is one name, under one name only, they will have different departments of refrigerator, different department, uh, like that. And not only this, based on the geographical, like the people who are working for USA, they'll be departmentalized, and who are working for India will be separated. So the sales and functions, they'll be throughout the globe. That is the reason why the customers also will be throughout the globe. So based on that also, departments will be divided. Now coming to the uh, chain of command. So we know that authority extends from top management level to the lowest level. Like from the for example, if we take the CEO or the general manager of the company, or who will start up the company, or maybe the key role who plays, from there the authority or the decisions will be taken by them, and they'll be giving uh, the task to the subordinates, and then the subordinates will give the supervisors, and then supervisors will give the work to the labor or workers or employees, we can say. So this is a chain of command. There will be one order in the authority. Authority refers to the rights inherited based on the position and the employees reporting to the authority. For example, worker has to report his status of work, then he has to go to the supervisor, and then the supervisor, all the supervisors will be going to the manager or the subordinate who is working under the manager, and then finally it comes to the top level. That means authority or the rules and regulations are passed by one particular person, and then they are given down, and then the reporting back again, in the same way, higher order, from lowest level to the higher order it will be going. And then coming to the span of control, the fourth element of the all the six elements that the managers have to keep in mind while designing any organization, that the fourth one is span of control. If the person is capable of more efficiency of controlling many number of people, then it will be okay, apt, like he can go with his work. But it has to be checked once whether the control by the subordinates or by the supervisors is a person capable of doing it or not, that they have to check it, and then they have to allot the work. And then we can say span of control helps the organization to determine the number of levels and managers an organization have. How many number of managers they need actually in the total department or total organization, how many they need based on their capacity, based on the departments, based on the work task they have been provided. Based on that, the span of control will be allotted. And then centralization and decentralization. This comes like we can say the authority will be from one person in the centralization, where the one person will be taking the decisions and the decisions are just passed as rules and regulations in the organization. And the concept of centralization refers to line of formal authority that comes with the position. From the position of the by the position given to that person, he will be that is the degree to which making decision is concentrated at one point within the organization. At one point, one particular decision has to be taken at one point, and then it has to be circulated throughout the organization. And when it comes to the decentralization, the degree to which the making decision is spread throughout the organization, the decision here can be taken by like managers, subordinates, and who is close in the line of authority. Whomever are involved in the work, they all can take the decision. So that is the difference between centralization and non-centralization. We have only one person will be taking the decision, and then it has to be passed on. But where it comes to decentralization, the decision is first the things are discussed among the subordinates, and even sometimes the worker opinions are also collected. So this is called decentralization. So there are two types, some few things the manager has to keep in the mind, that whether the decision needed to be taken is it has to be taken as centralized way or decentralized way. That decision has to be taken by the manager. He has to keep it in the mind. And then coming to the formalization. Formalization refers to standardization. Actually, when the things are set and rules and regulations are fixed, then everything will go in one order. This is one thought process of the organization. Like it can be named as formalization. Everything is in the standard, according to the standards of the company, then they will follow everything. Here, the jobs within the organization are standardized. If a job is formalized, then there will be less ambiguity related to one's job, and task can be performed with increase in the productivity. So if the formalization, if the job is formalized, then the work will be, the progress in the work will be a little more, we can say. And then coming to the this complete part, what we have discussed, the 6 elements that has to be remembered or kept in the mind by the manager. From this topic, we can expect questions like define organizational structure and explain any few elements of organizational structure, or he may ask from these 5, 6, any one, like that we can expect the questions. And coming to the forms of organizational structure, we have different forms of organizational structures. Even though we say that one particular organization will have one particular structure, but there are different forms of organizational structures. Let us see. There are 2 different forms. One is mechanistic form and one is organic form. So let us discuss about this. Mechanistic form. This form of organization structure is very rigid in nature and is adopted by those organizations that are not affected by the external changes like market change, technology, or any other which are outside the organization. If anything is going beyond their control or not up to the mark to their policies, then it is not going to affect the organization. So such structure, such organizational structure, we can consider this under the mechanistic form of organizational structure. And in the organizational structure, centralized authority and decisions are made at a top level in this, like mechanistic form. The tasks are well defined so that it is easier for the management to attain the goals very smoothly. We can say in this form, in the mechanistic form, as the rules and decisions are centralized, then the work will be very smoothly performed. Now coming to the organic form. If we go to the 2nd form of the organizational structure, then we have organic form. So the organic form, we can say it is um, it is more flexible one. The structure will be more flexible. It is adopted by those organizations that are exposed to constant change. As we have said just now, like IBM is one of the example of changing the design, the organization design. It is redesigning again and again uh, for the flexibility of the global wide work. So in this structure, the authority is divided into various functional levels. Everybody will be given the authority, or everybody will be involved in decision making. This we can say. The structure is more flexible and subject to change according to the external environment changes. If the external environment changes, then the structure can be modified. Like we can say anywhere any change is needed, then it can be modified. And organizational structure is developed both horizontally, that is flat, and vertically also. Horizontally, we can say that it is the work division, where the work, where the labor has to be kept, in which area the labor has to be kept, and what are the departments. This is all horizontal work. If we go in deep, this is all horizontal. And authority from the top level to the lower level, the authority or the rules and regulations are passed on. This is vertical division, we can say. So division of work and specialization is determined by horizontal structure with autonomy, and a limited level of management will be there. Vertical structure defines the line of authority, reporting channels with CEO at the top level, and multiple levels of management. As I said, this will be, the work will be divided in the in the horizontal, and the division of authority will be from top to bottom. It is this is divided in this way. And in flat structure, collaboration can be seen among employees while problem solving or completion of the creative task. Whereas in tall organization, as the organization grows, the level of management also increases. If we go to the vertical structure, the level of management and the based on the task, what is taken, it also will it will increase when we go up, like from superior level to like subordinate level to superior, and then manager, like that. The authorities will be divided. Coming to the common general organizational designs, what we see, there are different common organizational designs, like simple, bureaucracy, matrix. As I said, the Weber's matrix design. So these are some of the uh, common organizational designs that we will discuss now. First one is simple structure. So the simple structure is one where we see in the retail stores or some of the small scale industries, we can say, where the authority or the owner or the manager will be the one person. One same person will be the owner and as well as the manager. So here the work will be so simple that manager will take the decisions, and he will have certain 10 to 15 subordinates under him, and he will divide the work. He will departmentalize. Everything will be so simple that there is no formalization in the work design. Everything will be told orally that the work has to be. He will divide the work, and he will just orally he will say, and the work will be very smooth. Even though only one person is taking the decision and one person is doing all the work, we can say that whole and sole responsibility will be on one shoulder. So the work will be going very smooth. But here there is small, we can say, even though it is so simple and very easy to handle, but sometimes in such things also we have certain backlogs, like if the number of departments are more, or if the number of departments are too less, then the efficiency of the person may not be satisfied or may not be used full-fledged. Or if the number of subordinates or departments increase in number, then it may not be under the control. So, however, we can say, we can divide, we can give a flow chart for this: owner or manager, and then under him, the salesperson or cashier, or maybe accountant, we can say, or like distribution department, or maybe So he will be handling everything by having certain subordinates under him. So this is called a simple structure, where we can say, in simple structure, the line relationship among the members is informal. As I told, orally the things can be told. A simple structure is very simple. It is fast and easy to manage also. And to cooperate also, it is so simple that people will talk among themselves, divide the work among themselves, and then they start working, and they will complete the task within prescribed time. So it is, although although it looks simple, but everybody should be active in this structure. All the persons who are participating in the simple structure of organization, everybody will have a key role, right from the manager to the labor, what who is working in the, particularly in the field. From there to here, everybody should be in the active position, then only the work can be going very smoothly or easily, we can say. So this is one type of design that generally we will be seeing in the market, or in the surrounding, all the organizations. Most of the organizations will be like this. If their budget is low, or if their talent is, sometimes even because of the talent of the person also, efficiency of the person also will divide, even though organization is big also, but they can handle it very easily, so that it is not a big task for them. So this is about simple structures. And then coming to the bureaucratic, as we already discussed in the last unit, I think bureaucratic, uh, it is it is very rigid, and rules are laid, and there is no place for emotions, and work will be divided according to authority. It is like chain of authority will be there. So rules and regulations are already laid. There is no place for emotion. And sometimes, actually, it is one of the mechanistic form, we can say. There is no involvement of human emotions. So in that case, we can say it is a mechanistic form of organizational structure. Max Weber, a German sociologist, has introduced this mechanistic form of organizational structure. He visualized bureaucracy as an ideal one. This was considered to be, he visualized, actually not considered to be, he visualized this bureaucratic form of organizational structure as an ideal one. Why he said this means, it is based on the principles of equity and rationality. Why he said that means, everybody will get an opportunity. It is not going to be based on the partiality or maybe some favoritism. That is not going to be entertained. Everybody will get an opportunity here. So that is the reason why, based on this point, he said it is the idealistic form of organizational design. This system has in detail the policies, rules, and regulations. We can say in this structure, everything is standardized. Banks, government offices, etc., follow this bureaucratic form of organizational structure only. We see, if we go to any revenue office or MRO, we say some of the office names like MRO office, or maybe RDO office, some of the MEO office. All these offices, when we go to any of the office, there will be one particular structure. We have to write an application form, then we have to submit it to the person who is sitting in the front office. Then that person will see that, and he will channelize that application form to the so and so department where your application has to be sent. So everything is in one order. So that is the reason why Max Weber, he said that it is the standardized and it is the idealistic form of organization. Now, the bureaucracy is characterized by highly routine tasks that are achieved through specialization and formalized rules and regulations. So, formalized, everything will be standardized and formal. So, the highly routine, they will be doing the same work for years. So, that is a very routine work. So, obviously, the work will be perfect, right? The span of control is narrow, and decision making follows a chain of command. Span of control, like one person, like for example, the superior officer will give the command to the next subordinate, and there only it is a narrow one, only there, till there it is restricted. And then the work is followed up by the subordinate to the lower level, maybe employee or coordinator or labor, whomever it may be. So it will be, span of control will be narrow. And then the decision making follows a chain. everybody, the superior and then the subordinate, then then the employee, then the labor, like that. It will be a chain, that superiority will be given one chain. Now, only one drawback in this structure, when a case is unable to fit in the standardized rules and regulations, then there is less scope of modification. If suppose next time if we want to modify, then if it doesn't fit on the rules, then it cannot be modified easily. So this is highly rigid and less scope of flexibility in this form of organizational design, we can say. So it is one of the mechanistic form of organizational structure. So in this design, we have very huge chain of uh, the authority, we can say. President, then under him the marketing people, production people, finance people, and then under these people, like they will be like, if they are presidents or vice presidents and directors, so they will have under them again subordinates like production and supervisor, worker, labor, like that, going on division. And then maintenance also, one of the particular department they will have maintenance of the total technology or the mechanism, and then electricity outside, from outside which is coming, and inside what is there, everything has to be maintained by one department particularly. And then under the finance people, accounts one person has to handle, and the budget one person has to handle. What are incomes, or what are inputs and what are outputs, one has to see. And inside, what after coming something inside into the company or the organization, then the person has to deal with all those things. Who will be like, what are our amount spent in the organization, and what is left, these all has to be managed by some accounts department. And then under them also we have employees, and even budget also they will have employees. So like this, it is a huge chain, huge structure, we can say. Now coming to the next one, the matrix structure. Just before this, we have discussed about this. There are two forms in the departmentalization found in the matrix structure. It is functional and production. Functional one department, and production one department. Two different things are found in this. And then the matrix structure can be found in universities, laboratories, construction companies, and all such local things can be found with this, like functional we can see, functional, or even we can say total matrix structure can be seen in these all local, as I said, universities and laboratories, construction companies, all these they will follow. In this structure, all specializations are put together as functional departments. All the specializations are, they are together as a functional departments, which add to the advantage of the employees in sharing their resources. They will share all the resources and all work together. And the product department, the second one, the functional is like this, and the product department, it functions completely opposite to the functional. Where the product department clearly states the task and activities related to the product. But here there will be many duplications and activities and cost. There are many duplications for the activities for this. So here everybody, both have their specializations. The functional one will have all together, they'll be working, and in the product one, there will be having different tasks. Means they are aligned into different tasks, and everything will be exactly, they we can say they are opposite to each other. In this structure, unit of command is dual. In the product structure, unit of command will be dual. Dual and low, as the employees will report to the functional managers and product managers. Here again, that is the reason why structure, matrix structure is used in the local, as I said. So both can be, they coordinate and they work. So finally, the both functional managers and product managers both will be involving in the work, because the lower level employees will report to them finally. So why this happens? Because functional and product management could end up sharing the knowledge and skills of the employees. Finally, whomever may be the department or whomever, like it may be functional or maybe the product, finally they will share the skills of the total employees. The flow of authority is downwards in the functional department, while the flow of authority is horizontal by the product. In the functional, it is downwards, and in the product it is horizontal. Like we have discussed in the from top level to lower level, vertical we said, and horizontal it will be work division. We discussed this. So flow of authority is downwards in the functional department, while the flow of authority is horizontal in the product department. The matrix design concentrates on the strengths while avoiding the weakness. There is a one major important thing that we have to discuss in the matrix design is, um, it will discuss it will not discuss the negatives, only the positive points it will focus on. One major drawback in this structure, even above all these things, there is one drawback for this structure, that is the confusion that is created and foster power struggles. The power struggles, like who is the superior, who is the subordinate, who is the labor, who is employee. This power, generally human race is in greed, or we can say everybody is in need of the power. So that power struggles we can see in this structure. So employees are under stress, and ambiguity with reporting system may often lead to conflicts also. Sometimes this may lead to conflicts between the employees. The structure will be like CEO, the first person who will be, the ultimate decisions will be made by the CEO, and then marketing department will have sales and services. And every department again it can be connected with the electronic division, and home goods division, and snacks division. Employees will be working all these divisions. So this is about all the three different forms: simple, and matrix, and one more, what was that, um, one more also we discussed: simple system, bureaucratic system, and matrix system. These three systems of organizational structures we have seen. So we can expect questions like, what is bureaucratic form of organizational structure, or we can say, explain about the matrix organizational structure. Like that we may expect question. And write a note on simple structure. Simple structure is really, it is simple actually. So on this also we may expect a short question, or he may ask all the six elements overall chapter. He may ask all the six elements of organizational structure. And there may be a question like, what is the difference between organization chart and organization structure? Chart discuss something else, and actually chart is a part of organizational design, we can say. Chart also will be included as the work division, and authority, superiority, everything will be, it is wholesome. Actually the organizational structure is wholesome of, it is a holistic approach for all the complete organizational structure. A chart is a part, small part. So we can expect such question also. Distinguish between these two. And overall, we have discussed about organizational structures today, organizational designs. What are the different designs that we see in the nowadays that we have discussed? And this chapter explains about organizational design. Its importance and structural designs they have explained. It also helps to understand how a structure of an organization contributes to explain the predicative behavior of the workers at workplace. And based on the structure that is followed, an employee will be clear about what his job tasks include, and who is the reporting authority he needs to report. And then the structure will help him in understanding his job roles and responsibilities, and less ambiguous in the terms of his work and reporting authority. Formal hierarchy can be an advantage to achieve common organizational goals with specialization, which can create a balance over power and autonomy. So this is the chapter on the whole we have discussed today. So we'll meet in the next class, that is tomorrow. We'll go with the topic Next topic, contemporary and new designs. Okay, thank you for today.